Hey, what's up, everybody? It's RJ Mitchell here. Today, I'm gonna be unboxing my new camera stick. So, those of you that probably been watching, getting a lot of different GoPro accessories has been hard since I've been out here in Japan. It's just been hard to get. So, pretty excited. I know there's a lot of videos out here, that are there's a lot of videos out there for the unboxing and sample footage and stuff. But hey, this is one of the things where hey, I'm pretty excited about it, and I want to test it out, and I want y'all to see, from the average entry level photographer, videographer, this is just something that I'm trying to use, and it's something I've been waiting to get for a long time. So let's check it out. So let's go ahead and unbox it. As you can see, I already broke the seal last night just to just charge it up. So I went ahead and threw a little charge on it. That way I can unbox it and go out today and test it out. So out here in Japan, it's getting, wintertime, it gets dark at about 4:30. So I figure I'd go ahead, charge it up, and get out, spend less of my time charging. So, one thing to notice, we got the camera stick. One thing I am noticing is that I do not have the case like a lot of people have. So don't know if what's up with that. Don't know if there's an issue with that. I know I'm paid the same price as everybody else. So why I don't have a case, I don't know, but I'll find out. So as you can see, got charging cable and got the mount ring. Probably install the mount ring later. It's not something I need right now. Of course, a bunch of books and stuff like that, but no stickers. First GoPro product ever with no stickers. But at least they didn't fit to get the stick. I'll talk to them later about the case. So, like I said, it's already charged up. So what we're gonna do is we'll go ahead and install the the Hero 5 in here and test it out. I got my Hero 5 right there, all charged and ready to go. So to open the harness, you just press down and release. So I know when you see this, the first thing some people might think is, hey, let's pull this down or whatever, but no, you just have to press it in and it releases. And for the GoPro, you need to make sure you take your side door off. So slide down, give it a little pop, side door comes off, and then we'll go ahead and we will mount it with the USB-C and the actual HDMI mount. Slide in, make sure it's straight. Boom, nice and snug. And boom, clip it in, now it's latched in. So, go ahead and turn it on. As you can see, it's fully charged. And as of right now, it is in horizon mode. So its angle, its view is right here, looking at the horizon. Okay, so hold it up. And in that mode, you can actually adjust it to look up to wherever you want to go, or so you can change the angle of the camera and relock it. So that was pretty much by holding the lock button and then changing the angle. And then if you hit the lock button again, it goes back to its default horizon. And then if you double click, that's when you pretty much get the camera to follow wherever you want to point it. And it acts as a stabilizer, so you can still point it at whatever, and it will follow, but it'll keep it stable at the same time. Of course, you got the highlight button, lock button, the record, stop record button, mode button, as well as a charger. And so let's go ahead and field test it out, see what happens. Let's go ahead and hold this, power it off, shuts off, gimbal's off. And of course, my GoPro is obviously still on. So yeah, we'll go ahead and turn that off. Now, right now, as you can see, there we go. Finally turns off. So for some reason, if I hit the power button, it will turn the GoPro on as well as the gimbal. But when I hit it again, it didn't turn my GoPro off. So, more to play around with, but we'll check it out. Now it's time to take this bad boy outside, see what it do. So let's go ahead and check it out. Camera has finally caught up with me. So therefore, I hope some of that footage kind of helps out. Just a quick rundown of some of the controls. So right here, once you turn it on, it's automatically in default mode. So pretty much it stays at the horizon, regardless of how you turn it. So it stays angled at the same horizon the whole time. If you hold this button down, the lock button, if you angle up, angle down, it pitches up and down. And once you release the button, it locks it into this new setting. So the horizon is up or down a little bit more. And then all you gotta do is hit the lock button once and it brings it back to default. And then if you decide to double tap the lock button twice, pretty much it goes in any direction you point it, but it still stabilizes. The gimbal still stabilizes your video. So no matter what you do, it's still steady, but it just happens to go whatever way you decide to pitch it. Hit lock again, and then of course once you hit lock again, it goes back to default. Of course you can hit a highlight on your video, and then once you start recording in the middle of the video, another deal with the mode, it allows you to select the mode of your GoPro. It's like, say you select the mode of your GoPro. Now one of the things I will say is whenever you are shooting, it's best to have the app. Therefore, if you need to look at your videos or your pictures, whatever, it's best to look at the app. The gimbal is on top of the other screen. It is kind of hard to swipe over to check the preview yourself. All your other stuff, you can access it, such as, Pro Tools, stuff like that. Yeah, other than that, you can't really do anything on the left-hand side of the screen. So hopefully that helps out. It's kind of cold. So we're about to go back inside and we'll finish with the review inside. So we're back now from the beach, and I must say I'm pretty impressed with how this thing works. It's definitely worth purchase. If you don't have one, it helps out with the stabilization of the camera. Of course, just by looking at some of the shots, it was pretty good. Even watching it while we were recording, it's pretty good. So not too many complaints about it. I was a little skeptical about not being any knobs or anything right here to adjust the camera while, the gimbal's working, such as a couple of the gimbals are out there where you can have a toggle switch and aim it up or aim it down. But as soon as you start working with the lock feature, you can pick it up real quick. It's definitely worth it right there. As you can see, we probably used it for about maybe 45 minutes, and yet, the battery life is still good. So, a lot of people recommend it. I do recommend it, but I already have one. I have like 4 or 5 batteries for my GoPro 5, but I also have an external charger I used to use for my sessions, or anytime I mount the GoPro 5 externally. So I would say go ahead and make sure you get an external battery so you can have it on you. Even right now my camera's still at 99%, so it's pretty good. So one of my things I will say that I'm noticing I'm having an issue with already is, of course, the gimbal. When you go into default mode and the horizon is set, there are times where after a couple minutes of usage, the gimbal starts to droop to the right a little bit, so it ends up drooping at an angle, which a lot of people say the easiest way to fix it is by just resetting it. Of course, I reset it, it worked perfect. Or another way is just to go into the mode button and put the camera the way I wanted to be, and then released it and locked it back. And that kind of that was kind of a temporary fix to the problem. But even after I shut it off and reset it, I didn't have any other issues. It stayed, perfect for the whole time of operation. So it just seems like a little glitch on the first time startup. And not to mention, um, now my camera is shutting down anytime I shut the gimbal stick off. So definitely work that out. It's not a big deal. If you want your GoPro videos to pop out a lot more, it's definitely worth the buy. I'm happy with it. I'm satisfied with it. Of course, it's one of the things where, hey, I think everybody needs one for the GoPro, especially when you start to shoot cinematic footage. So, I put my stamp on it. I know I'm the average Joe, but yo, this is definitely going to be on the money. So be sure to look out for other videos that I've got coming up that I'm actually going to use this with. So I almost want to go back and reshoot every place I've been with this stick. So definitely check it out. And if you got the extra funds, go ahead and get it, add it to your line of accessories. What I will do is see about getting the case. Apparently, this stick was one of the newer versions or one of the newer releases, and I guess there's no case with it, so it kind of sucks. But I will put a case on order, and I will get a cable on order. So if y'all have any kind of issues that y'all are currently going through, let me know. Drop a comment in the comment box. Let me know what kind of issues I might need to look out for, or if y'all have any other fixes to the gimbal drooping or any other usage issues that might come up. Please let me know. So I hope my video helped out a little bit. Be sure to check out more videos coming up using this stick. Make sure you drop a comment or like, if you like the video, or if you had any kind of feedback, let me know. And if you want to follow for more videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button. So until then, RJ Mitchell out. Peace.